Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you guys how to step up your throw game. So check this out. One of the most predictable things you could always do is a down one into a grab. You should limit yourself on how many times you do this because you will get caught. You will get uppercut to the dome if you keep being predictable like this. One thing that you can do to avoid, getting spam uppercuts to the dome is hitting your opponent with a down one and immediately staggering your high and then grabbing your opponent. Let me explain to you why. So if I hit my opponent, right, and they try neutral ducking and uppercutting, they're still going to get hit by this right here. If they're not holding block or pressing anything, they're going to get hit by that, and the cues could be right there. So let me show you how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Scarlet do this, boom, boom, grab, right? I'm gonna make spam right there. Oh, I mistimed it, right? Right, so I'm spamming. Saw that right there? Boom, now I have a crushing blow. So look, I'm gonna start uppercutting. Saw that right there? He got lucky because, I did a forward grab, but if I did a backward grab, I would get a crushing blow. So instead of just always doing this and going for a grab, because there's a good chance your opponent could neutral duck that and uppercut you, instead land your high, understand how much hit advantage you get from your high, and then grab your opponent. At that point, they have to literally guess which way you're going to grab them. If they try uppercutting or poking you in any direction, they're going to get beaten out. So that's just one thing. Another thing that's really important to do this is because what if your opponent jumps out? What if your opponent jumps out? Right? So, and they jump. See how he tries jumping out? What if I just do a down one to a grab? There you go right there. That's the reason why you're going to want to jail your standing one and understand which is the best high to go into. Some highs have more hit advantage than others. So understand that, how much hit advantage you get off of it. So if I land this, I have the hit advantage, the standing one, if I land that, I have the hit advantage of 5. If Liu Kang tries down 1-ing me, it's going to come out in 12. My grab comes out in 10. He's going to get beat. So that's one thing that is extremely, extremely important on doing it. Instead of just always going to your down one and grabbing your opponent. So definitely add this mind game of just boom, going into grabs, and then they have to guess which way. They cannot jump. They cannot neutral duck it. They have to literally guess. They either have to block and tech that shit, or it's just a complete mind game that they're going to have to do. Or they're going to have to literally be on some fucking Jedi shit. If you do this, stagger this, try grabbing your opponent from there, and then they'll neutral duck that, but good fucking luck predicting that. That's when you add real mind games. You do this, boom, you do a short hop, this, boom, step back. Yeah, add those mind games as well. So this is what's gonna separate you from always getting fucking uppercutted. Honestly, if you do this and then go into shit, you're gonna start getting your grab crushing blows all the time. Believe me, this will definitely help you, and that's that. So definitely add this mind game of doing this, standing one, and then grabbing your opponent. Not only that, but you could do something like this: 1-2, throw a mid, 1-2, walk up, grab. But this is, you gotta see what characters do this. A lot of characters you can do this with, because you do get a lot of hit advantage from your highs. So there's that. Next thing on how to always land your freaking throws is from your down 4. One character I do this with like crazy is Aaron Black. Scarlet a lot of characters could do this now. You land your down 4, right? A lot of characters actually now have hit advantage of 20, which is kind of wild if you ask me. But one thing you could do is do this and grab your opponent, or even do this, standing one, and then grab your opponent. And they literally have to guess. Instead of always having to, like, let's say, for whatever reason, you do this to a grab game, and your opponent tries fucking jumping, that's fine. But if they get hit by this, they literally have to guess a mid or a freaking grab. And a lot of people just don't see the grab coming. So when there's space in between you and your opponent, people are going to block. They're just going to block or whatever. And instead of you hitting them with a mid, you grab them. So you condition them for something like this, or like this. Just make it a complete guessing game. And then just every time you land this, boom, once in a while, get your grab game going. So that's another thing. Land your down 4s and walk up and grab your opponent. is really, really good. Now, if your opponent is mashing all the time, of course, throw your mid and then grab your opponent. If he continues mashing, then punish him for that. You know, do something like this and then find moves that you can gel your highs into. So there's definitely that. The whole point of grabs is to open your opponent up. It's not for something you want to continue doing. It's just for opening your opponent up, for them just blocking or whatever the case may be. So there's that. Definitely add a down 4 mind game to it. Another thing that's always really predictable that people do is that they'll go into a jump kick and then they'll grab your opponent. Like, I see this still happen to this day. So let's make Liu Kang block, right? They'll do stuff like this and they'll go into a grab. The reason why you're not going to want to do this, see that right there? You're not going to want to do that. But what you can do instead is do something like this. See that right there? I cannot beat him out. Right there I was able to. Right there I was able to as well. But you do have a ton of hit advantage from this. Let's see if I timed it right. See, I got beat out right there. So that was a counter throw right there. But you're not going to want to do that all the time, because that could be very, very predictable. Another thing you're going to do is this. Go into a good stagger and then grab your opponent either on the first or second hit. Not only that, another thing that you can do that will really psych your opponent out is use that hit advantage to step out and then grab your opponent. Like, they'll look something like this. And then boom, just like that. Make him feel like a dumbass. So that's one thing you can do. Punish him. Let's say if he didn't do the uppercut, instead he did like a down 3 or a down 4 or a poke. There's recovery on that. And you can use that recovery time to step back and then go in. So it's going to look something like this, right? So just, you really have to practice this. So go into this, boom, and then go in, just like that. So if you look, boom, and then go in on your opponent. That time that you use to buffer your back attack, you could literally dash in, and like, let me show you how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna make Liu Kang. Nah, that's not Liu Kang. Right, I'm gonna make him do that, right? So every time he gets hit by some shit, right? Then we're gonna make him do this right here. Not get up mode, reversal attack on. There's that right there. We're gonna make it do auto. So check this out. So boom. Oh, I don't know why he didn't do it. Anyways, I don't know why it's not working, but anyways, when he tries to whatchamacallit, poke you, or actually, let me just, I'll do this scenario on my own. Right? I'm gonna, see, that would actually be a crushing blow right there. See? Boom. Just like that. Because you get so much hit advantage off of your jump punches that with that time that your opponent is trying to poke you, you can literally step back, throw a mid, or walk up and grab them. So that's just one thing you're going to want to definitely do. So I definitely recommend doing that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Holla, holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.